The following segment is sponsored by Gilman and Bedigian.
Well, developing now, Governor Hogan recently signed a new bill into law redefining stalking. The law now includes new technology like Apple AirTags and a punishment of up to 5 years in prison. Joining us now to discuss how the law impacts you, attorney Charles Gilman with Gilman and Bedigian. Charles, good morning.
Good morning, Tom. How are you?
I'm doing well. This is something, though, that when you read the law and you're like, okay, well, that makes sense. I can't believe that wasn't in place before. However, it's saying, you know what, you can't follow somebody with electronic devices without them knowing. The only thing that's in there, though, it says reasonable, that a pursuer should know. That's where the dialogue starts getting nitty-gritty, and that's where the lawyers come in. What does it mean by reasonably know?
Well, it's a reasonable person standard. So that means that, you know, if I was in your car, for example, and we were driving somewhere together, and I always kept an AirTag on my key ring, so I could find my key ring, and I inadvertently left my key ring in your car, that wouldn't be stalking.
Okay.
But on the flip side, if I was in your car because you were kind enough to give me a ride, and I stuck an AirTag in your glove box or somewhere where you wouldn't likely to find it, that would be the stalking.
Okay, so that's where it's proven, obviously, and you know, reasonable means like, okay, somebody can see how that would be take place. This, though, also says the impact here, it impacts 1 in 3 women, 1 in 3 men with these stalking definitions.
Yeah, I think that, you know, what happened was laws are old. Laws have been on the books for years, and they weren't keeping pace with all the electronic means, you know, these AirTags, the tiles, phones, whatever GPS devices are available now. So basically what the legislator and the governor did, in my opinion, was update the law to bring it current to 2022 and the technology that's available to somebody that wasn't available to them 5, 10, 20 years ago if they were going to commit the crime of stalking.
Charles, some of your clients, though, it's not just, okay, let's get this person put away in prison and up to $5,000 fine. You also have to deal with people that are now psychological distress, is what we're reading here, in trauma because of what happened months, even years of being stalked.
Correct. And, you know, so what we try to do, you know, the government is the one that's going to prosecute and put somebody in jail. But if the government doesn't do that, or even if the government does, we were looking at the law to kind of find a civil angle so that if somebody has some mental anguish or psychological treatment as a result of being stalked under the new definition, what remedies are available to them? And they'll be able to file a civil lawsuit. And if they can prove that they had damages like medical care, whether it's psychological or otherwise, lost time from work or anything along those lines, that person, the victim, will now be able to recover for that, just like they can for a car accident or a slip and fall.
And they should. So that's great news right there. Charles Gilman with Gilman and Bedigian, always great to talk to you and get your expertise.
Thank you, Tom. It was great to see you.
Thank you.